anybody who thinks about this for a little while, here in the De Pere, Green Bay area or across the nation, you don't quite get that there's that need. It's hard to wrap your head around that many kids are sleeping without a bed. We're not a poor community. We're not strapped necessarily, but there are pockets of need for sure.
It's a relatively, upper middle class area. But obviously there are places where there are people that have a need. So as you ride around, you won't see a ton of boarded up homes. But when you get into some of these houses, these people don't have a lot, and you wouldn't think that just by driving around. So there's a big need here.
Once I found out the specifics and what they were doing, I couldn't think of a better use of our facility on a Saturday morning than to help an organization like that and help ultimately the recipients of these beds.
The word got out, and the next day I got a call from a friend of mine who works here at Amerilux, and she said, my boss Kurt wants you to come and take a look at his warehouse and see if you'd want to build in here. I opened that door and looked at this and was just shocked. They said we went from a small little garage where we were standing on top of each other to this facility here today. So it's amazing the support the community's been behind us.
Feel free to take a break anytime you want to. There is water over there. There's some drink mixes you can put in your water. There's cake over there. Okay, who doesn't like cake? We got a 1,000-bed SHP cake over there.
But we need everybody's help. We need more funds so that we can build more beds. We have great support from our community. A lot of people here today. We've got 140 people here today. And then we need to build our delivery teams so we can expand that a little bit and get out into more of the county area here that we're servicing.
We'll pass 1,000 beds today in building. But the biggest need is just to keep accumulating the resources, financial and personnel, to just keep the process going. So, we have 140 people here today, which is a ton of people. But getting that word out that there's a real need for this in Green Bay, I think is the biggest need.
I love to see how many people are here. More people can still get involved. We're going to be switching where we're going to be building now. We're going to be building in a different place. But the more people that get involved, the better. And I would tell anyone to go and do a delivery. And if they do a delivery, if it doesn't change your life, you got to be made of stone, honestly.
Good job. But it's usually when we're done with the deliveries, the bed's all made, and we get to call the kids back into their rooms, and you can just see them light up. How they you can tell it's just a big shock and big surprise for them, and you can also see that in the parents, as much as they hide their emotions from their kids, that you can really tell that they're super grateful for them.
We were setting up 2 bunk beds in one small room. And there was one of the young little boys, he was probably about 7 or 8 years old, and he sat in the bottom bunk and he picked up what was a Walmart blanket for $10, and he hugged that blanket for about 5 minutes. He would not let it go. It's etched in my mind forever.
I think we get a lot more out of it than they do, because even talking to you now, I can feel the hairs at the back of my neck standing up. It's just the most wonderful feeling in the world to know you're giving a kid a bed who's never had a bed before in their life.
When you do those deliveries and you see the look on those kids' faces, and it changes your life. It absolutely does.
It was never a thought, that you're going to have a place to sleep at night. We take it for granted. And unfortunately, there's a lot of kids out here that don't have beds.
Thank you for anybody who's contributed to us, for anybody who tells our story. Every one of these beds that we build represents one of God's children. They're real people from real families. The help we give, every bed affects a family, affects a child, improves their lives, and gives them a chance. So for that, we would say thank you.